Welcome back to the final part of this week's edition of Frontline.
If you ask me, there was a little more respect there, but now there's a lot more on the line. The #1 contender to the newest big title in the world today.
One,
there it is.
two, no, a roll-up and a kick out. Jody Fleisch back onto his feet, running the rope straight away.
Jody's been lifted up, military press.
Oh! Military press and basically just thrown back first into the mat. It seems as though the back is the area that AJ Styles is working on.
I don't know about you, Tony, but I think I felt that, and that's the freak. No, kick out, Tony. What, in this day and age?
Well, Jody Fleisch is more of a man than I am, Nick. If that was me in there, I would have been gone a long time ago. AJ Styles picks Jody Fleisch up, places him on the top turnbuckle. Looks like we may be seeing some high-risk offense here at the moment.
Well, let's see. It looks like AJ Styles is setting up for a top rope superplex, but Jody's fighting for it. He's pushed off AJ, and now AJ's on the high ground. Let's see what he can do with it, Tony.
Well, we're going to see Jody Fleisch is obviously signaling for something. Are we going to see it? Are we going to see his move? Are we going to see the Phoenix Star Press?
Oh, on his feet, but he fell on the lower back. Ducks AJ Styles, going for the Hurricanrana, catches it, and here's a pinfall, 2, kick out.
Oh, awesome kick out there from AJ Styles. But Jody Fleisch, you're right, Nick, when he landed on his feet, he did grab his back. It looks as though the punishment that AJ Styles is inflicting is working for him.
Looks like that niggling injury could be the downfall of Jody in this tournament. AJ now flips over Jody. Jody on the apron. Kick. Could he be setting up for the 720 DDT?
No, wait,
what's this?
Oh! He reversed it into a Northern Lights. What is this? This is it. This is it. No! No! Jody Fleisch kicked out. Jody Fleisch kicked out. AJ Styles managed to reverse the 720 in midair into a Northern Lights suplex. Quite frankly, Nick, I've never seen anything like that before.
Quite frankly, Tony, I'm speechless. I don't think anyone's ever been able to grab the momentum of the 720 DDT and turn it into a suplex. Oh, and AJ's now just going back to the basics. He's just going to keep on throwing Jody onto his knee. He's going to break him in half.
It looks as though the back is the area. It looks as though... Is AJ Styles possibly going to try this from the top rope, Nick?
What a top rope backbreaker.
He surely couldn't be doing this, Nick.
I hope not for Jody's sake. This is going to... No, wait. Jody flips onto his feet. Springs up. Oh, lovely kick to the side of the head. And now, what's Jody going to do with the momentum he's just been given? He looks like he's got something.
It looks as though he's vaulted off. What are we going to... Oh, my word! 720 from the top rope!
Oh, my Lord, I don't know what degree that was. 2.
Oh, he's kicked out! How do you kick out of that move when it's done normally? How do you kick out of that move when it's done from the top rope?
I don't know how many degrees are in that one, but it was a lot. It was at least in its triple figures. But now, Jody's to the outside. Could he be setting up for the 720 DDT? Will this lead to victory for... No, wait, Hurricanrana, powerbomb. Wait, AJ's setting it up.
No,
Styles Clash.
Oh, he's hit the Styles Clash. Surely not, surely not.
2 and 3, and there it is. AJ is now 20 points up, and Jody, like Doug, he's got to beat his butt up to get further points.
Well, Nick, that was an amazing match. Oh, I cannot believe the amount of punishment that was inflicted on Jody Fleisch there, as we see the fans on their feet showing their appreciation. But once again, AJ Styles proves that he comes over, he's a fan favourite, and he sets out to do business. AJ Styles, 20 points advances with Johnny Storm.
Well, AJ is now one step closer towards the dream match of Christopher Daniels versus AJ Styles for the FWA title. Admittedly, he's still got to go through Doug and Johnny, but we'll see. That was a fantastic match. It could have gone either way.
Remember, if you want to purchase any of the matches or events featured in this program, you can do so by going to www.fwauk.com. This week, the FWA is preparing to announce what management are calling the most important show in its 11-year history. European Uprising on November the 13th will be totally free to attend. However, donations will be accepted for the soon-to-be relaunched BWC Retired Wrestlers Trust Fund. The day will also see the very first official British Wrestling Hall of Fame, held in conjunction with several newspapers and magazines in order to raise awareness of the heritage of the domestic scene. Alex Shane, one of the organisers of the event, this week held a short sit-down chat to discuss the show, its aims, and what fans can expect to see on this monumental day, which is also, incidentally, the 5th anniversary of the tragic death of Eddie Guerrero.
And a lot of viewers. So the aim of this is to really, we can't deal with the Eddie situation, but there's a lot of wrestlers in this country who have died, who are actually dying as we speak, because they've done a lot of damage to their bodies. So what we want to do is we want to showcase British wrestling, and we want to run an event where We don't charge the fans to get in. It's a recession. People don't have a lot of money. And, you know, we're trying to raise awareness of wrestling. And I think the only way we can raise that awareness is to actually not charge them to come in. So here's the idea. British Uprising, which was our big show we used to run, was a real monumental thing. It was the first sort of super show in this country. And now this is European Uprising. You know, the British industry's come together. Now we're going to get the European industry to come together. And that is a real adversary to the American scene. So it will be an FWA show from top to bottom. It will be all the big matches that we've been building up over the last nearly 18 months. And the audience are able to come in free of charge. All we ask is that if they like the show, they make a donation. It could be £1, it could be £10, whatever they feel they want to give to the trust fund that we're reopening. And this is a BWC trust fund for injured and retired wrestlers. 75% of the money in those donations will go to the trust fund, and 25% will go to the FWA. And the FWA is currently running at a major loss. Nobody takes expenses. Very few people take a wage. So really, it in itself is almost like a charity without a charity number, which is being run just to give the British wrestling scene some sort of global stage, I guess. So that's what's happening during the evening, that big show. We're looking, I can't say what venues we're talking to at the moment, but we're looking to do about 1,000-seat venue, so it'll be a big show for British wrestling. And then during the day, we're going to have the first ever official British Wrestling Hall of Fame Awards. And that Hall of Fame is going to be in conjunction with at least one national newspaper, possibly one national radio station and several magazines. And we're actually going to give proper awards with a proper award ceremony to those people who really we feel have left their mark on British wrestling and deserve some sort of recognition. And we're hoping that this event, which will be a big, properly produced event, will really hope to raise the awareness of our domestic scene, which right there between the trust fund and the raising the awareness of our domestic scene is the FWA ticking two of the public business principles that we've put out. So I think it's going to be a huge event, and what we're hoping will happen is we're in talks with a couple of companies in the States about actually doing almost like Live Aid, but them doing a version of it in the States. So we'll have a British one, an American one. We'd love to have a Japanese company do the same thing. And what we would like to do is produce the biggest wrestling DVD ever, where all of these shows are produced on one disc, and all the proceeds goes to the individual trust funds, be it our one that's set up in the States. I'd like to work with Wrestlers Rescue. Hopefully someone from there is listening to this. I know they've had some problems at the moment. But if Wrestlers Rescue isn't going to be around, I believe there should be a trust fund set up in America for the injured. There's far more wrestlers dying in America right now, and it shouldn't be down. The WWE has already proven that they don't really care about sorting that problem out. They don't really, once you're off their roster, you no longer exist to them. So we as individuals, we need to start looking after ourselves. The problem is that everybody's so quick to go, is it like the government? Everybody says all this stuff, oh, the government this and the government that, and I'm so annoyed, but nobody does anything about it. So that's what I don't even moan about it anymore. When people start moaning to me about the state of the world, I just say, well, what did you do in the last hour that made the world better? If you've not done anything in the last week that's made it better, then don't complain. So I can't change the world, I can change pro wrestling. So the idea of this event is to give the fans the best we possibly can for free. We are donating our bodies and our time to give back to wrestling. If they would like to donate £1 or £10, or when we opened the trust fund before, somebody put £20 in the donation box. So I believe this will be a big monumental event for British wrestling.
To watch this video, go to the Grapple Group YouTube channel now. That's about all the time we have for this week, but this is what you can expect to see on the next edition of Frontline.
This is futile. Kincaide rolled him up. Kincaide has got him caught. Kincaide, Leeroy Kincaide wins for the resistance. Oh, Stone doing a number on Kincaide. Here comes Shay, here comes Jody Storm. The entire FWA locker room emptying out again.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match for the resistance, the leader of the resistance, Leeroy Kincaide!
Against all the odds, Leeroy Kincaide rolled up Martin Stone and won a vital victory for the FWA and a vital victory for everybody involved in British wrestling.
As the FWA prepare to march into Wolverhampton for their summer spectacular, we take a special look at Hope and Glory just days before the event. I've been Len Davies and you've been on the Front Line.
This is the resistance, and we need your help.